Bitcoin was the first use case of this decentralized compute. And the aha moment for me was Digital Gold Rush, right? Was the title, was that Bitcoin is a better form of money. Now, what is money?
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Mark Yusko argues Bitcoin will be the only money, highlighting its unmatched innovation and potential to redefine financial freedom. Watch to discover his vision and join the conversation.
Money is an asset that exists in the absence of a liability, right? It's not what we all think of as money. Currency is different than money. Currency is what we use to exchange promises to pay for goods and services, but money is an asset that exists in the absence of a liability. Currencies are backed by debt. There's an associated liability. The only thing that really worked for 5,000-ish years is gold. Gold is money. In fact, J.P. Morgan famously quipped, gold is money, everything else is just credit, back in the 1920s. And so gold has been great money for 5,000 years. Why? Well, it's been a perfect store of value. A single ounce for 5,000 years, whether it was buys a fine person's suit. So you could be in Cleopatra's time, you get a fine person's suit. You could be buying a suit of armor in the Middle Ages. Ounce of gold got you a fine suit of armor. You could get a zoot suit in the 20s, or you could go to Savile Row today and get a fine man or woman suit for about $2,900. So it's been a perfect store of value. But the problem with gold, it's not very divisible. Like if I had a gold bar here, which I don't, but if I did, and I wanted to break it in half and give you half, I'm just not strong enough to break it in half. So it's not very divisible. And it's not very portable. Like I couldn't stuff it in the computer and send it to you. Now, I can send you any amount down to, you mentioned, before we went on air that, my handle on Twitter is 2.1 quadrillion. And why is that? Well, there are 2.1 quadrillion Satoshis, 100 million Satoshis per Bitcoin. So 2.1 quadrillion. So it's a lot of Satoshis. And so I can send you a very, very tiny amount of Bitcoin instantaneously with a couple taps on my phone. And it's very portable, like in the sense all the Bitcoin in the world fits on this phone. Now, I don't have any on my phone, so don't SIM swap me. If you're, that's happened twice, but I don't keep it on my phone, so you're not going to steal anything. So that's, again, a long-winded way of saying it was a series of incremental discoveries about why Bitcoin is the perfect future money. And in history, there's something called Gresham's Law. And bad money crowds out good. So every time a bad money is created, people will flock to it because they think it's going to be worth more. And so in the history of mankind, there have been 775-ish paper currencies. 3/4 of them no longer exist. They literally went away.
Bitcoin has rebounded above $80,000 on Tuesday, offering a glimmer of hope ahead of key U.S. economic data releases. After a nearly 3% drop the previous day, the digital currency quickly recovered during early European trading, suggesting a cautious optimism among investors. Meanwhile, U.S. spot ETF data shows weakness with a $278.40 million outflow on Monday, indicating some hesitation from institutional buyers. The upcoming Consumer Price Index release on Wednesday and Producer Price Index on Thursday could bring increased volatility to risky assets like Bitcoin. Analysts note that such macroeconomic indicators often spark market movements, creating both challenges and opportunities. As traders monitor these events closely, many believe that Bitcoin's recent rebound may be a strategic buying opportunity. With renewed investor interest and a watchful eye on economic data, the market appears ready for the next phase of price action. Market participants remain cautious yet excited, anticipating bullish momentum ahead.
Think of Bitcoin, again, like gold, as the ultimate savings technology. So when do you spend your savings? Well, when you have a big expense, like you send your kids to college, you retire, you need a little money for living. So if you take a mindset that Bitcoin is a better savings asset, like here's an example. Let's say I take the money that I get paid in fiat and I deposit some in the savings account. But here's the problem. Every day that I leave it in fiat, the government is taking a little bit of it away through this thing called inflation that they've told us for 100 years is good for us, which is not true. I mean, think about it. Over a 30-year period, I lose half my purchasing power to 2% rate. How is that good for me? That's not good for me. And the issue of fiat versus gold versus, like, here's an interesting stat. So, gold today is like $2,900. Not that long ago, like less than 20 years ago, it was $200 an ounce. Well, what's the difference? It's still an ounce of gold. It's still a single ounce of gold. Well, it has the same purchasing power because the currency has been devalued, like that 100 trillion Zimbabwe dollar bill. So the same thing is true of Bitcoin. If I transition that savings from fiat to Bitcoin, now I'm in an asset that never changes. Like a dollar is always a dollar, but it doesn't buy, quote unquote, a dollar's worth of goods because there's more dollars, right? So if you think in gold, an ounce of gold used to be $200, now is $2,900. It's not that the gold changed. 1 ounce is still 1 ounce. The money got worse. Like, according to Zillow, my house here in Chapel Hill went up 50% in the last 2 years. My house did not grow. It did not get more efficient. It actually wore out a little bit. I had to put some money into it to fix it. So no, the money got worse. And same thing, if you look at stocks, up until the last couple of weeks, they were at all-time highs, right? Well, only if you price them in dollars. If you price them in gold, U.S. stocks are the same price as 1996. What? That's because we've been devaluing the currency. So 1 Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't change, but it went from being worth nothing to $10 per Bitcoin, so you could buy lunch, to $1,000 per Bitcoin, you could take a nice trip, to $20,000 per Bitcoin, you could buy a cheap car, to $80,000 a Bitcoin, you could pay for a year of college tuition. And one of my favorite things, there's this, I'm going to mispronounce her name, but it's Lena Seiche. She's a artist, and she does these cartoons. And she has this cartoon. It's 4 panels. First panel, mansion, Lambo, and homeless person. On the left, it says millionaire. The right, it says Bitcoiner. So the Bitcoiner's homeless. Millionaire has a Lambo and a mansion. The second panel shows a nice house and a little shack and says millionaire, Bitcoiner.
Ripple CTO David Schwartz recently broke his silence on Bitcoin's dramatic price plunge, describing the current dip as a buying opportunity rather than a crisis. Despite a $1 billion crypto bloodbath that has rattled the market, Schwartz remains calm and confident. With Bitcoin trading around $81,000, the digital currency has dropped 1.39% in the last 24 hours and 2.74% over the past week. While many investors are panicking amid uncertainty, Schwartz sees these fluctuations as a natural part of the market cycle that offers an attractive entry point for long-term believers. The broader market downturn has affected not only cryptocurrencies but also other risk assets. As political and regulatory debates intensify, U.S. states are even considering the creation of a Bitcoin reserve, using assets already held by the government. Although some critics argue that the timing may undermine confidence in Bitcoin's future, Schwartz is unfazed. When asked about Bitcoin's purpose beyond speculation, he simply points out that differing opinions exist while his focus remains on the technology's transformative potential. Schwartz's measured response contrasts sharply with the prevailing panic, reminding investors that price drops can create valuable opportunities rather than signal disaster. His perspective encourages a more thoughtful approach to market volatility and suggests that now might be the ideal moment for strategic accumulation. As the crypto landscape continues to evolve, his insights offer a refreshing reminder that patience and conviction can pay off in the long run, paving the way for future growth and stability. This view inspires steady optimism. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.